Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to be diving down into the first look at Straightup Resources, trading on the CSE under ST. Joining the Gold Rush with us today is CFO Daniel Cruz. Welcome, sir.
Hi, Kyle. Nice to be here.
Oh, such a pleasure. Canada. I know, right? You're. We were just saying you're out of Vancouver. A lot of your operations happening in Ontario, which is my backyard, where you guys have 4 major properties going on. But before we kind of encapsulate what's going on with that, do you mind kind of just getting into some of the experience? What got you down into Straightup Resources, and kind of what's taken the whole team to where you guys are today?
Yeah, of course, Kyle. So yeah, no, I think my personal experience, I think, is really related to what's happening in the markets right now with the millennials and the whole Robinhood crowd. So I'll go way back to actually a teenager. I actually started trading stocks as a teenager prior to the dot-com bubble bust. And, I think it's really important for people to know that this is a career that can lead to a CFO position. So going back to, again, my teenager years, I started trading stocks, ended up going down to college in Arizona, started economics. And right out of college, I went straight to an investment bank called Canaccord Genuity, which has now become the leading investment bank in Canada. So I spent about 10 years there financing startup companies. I shifted my career post Canaccord to a firm, another Canadian firm called Mackey Research. I was a senior investment advisor financing hundreds of junior mining companies. And really, it's all I've ever known. I've always had a passion for the markets, and Vancouver is quite a prominent hub for starting junior companies. So, I learned from Canaccord headquarters. And after leaving my career and selling my book of clients to my partner, who's still at Canaccord, I started my own junior company. So I co-founded a NASDAQ-listed company that's currently trading on NASDAQ. It's a media company. And I've recently stepped away from that role to become CFO of Straightup Resources because I'm actually very bullish on the current climate for gold and silver exploration. So it's a little bit about me and how I got here.
Yeah, this is an incredible time to be in exploration, minerals, precious metals. There's kind of like a new renaissance going on here with the takeoff of obviously renewables, inflation. I mean, there's a lot circling around this industry, which is literally making it a whole new endeavor that before was completely unprofitable, leading to a lot of like mom and pop miners selling to some of these bigger companies that were lucky to grab some of them. So that leads me to this question here. How did you guys end up in Ontario and acquiring these properties? And what got you on that path?
Yeah, so, thanks for the question, Kyle. So, Red Lake, Ontario has been a historic mining region going back to, day one of my brokerage career. So I've always known the Red Lake district. I've always known about the excitement of Canada as a safe jurisdiction. Some people might not know this, but Canada actually finances the majority of mining companies globally. We're very well known for having expertise in finance. I want to give the Canadian government credit for flow-through tax credits. The regime of financing flow-through Canadian exploration is very well known in the finance circles. So I've always been attracted to Red Lake. And, not to be too cliche, I think what recently happened in Red Lake with Great Bear Resources really woke me up to a new geological setting that is now essentially, as you touched on, created a gold rush. I'm not a geologist. I studied economics in college, and I've been in the brokerage industry. So I really look for exploration targets at a macro level. But yeah, with Great Bear's success in Red Lake, it really brought me and my team with a microscope to say, wait a second, we need to be involved in this region. And we were lucky enough to acquire some projects in the region.
Can you explain a little bit farther about the scale of these exploration and some of the drilling programs? Like, what's the property sizes here? Are they kind of localized together? If you could just kind of give us a little more insight there.
Yeah, so the Red Lake district has multiple geological settings. So again, I'm not a geologist, and I encourage everyone to read our 43-101 report and some of the technical data on the reports. But my understanding is we have 2 different geological structures that we're looking after. There are traces of gold and silver and other metals such as copper. So we kind of have two distinct opportunities. We are in the grassroots phase of two of our properties, with two of our other properties having some historical data, which we are now compiling. So we've been doing some high-tech magnetic surveys of the ground, airborne and on the ground, and then putting some boots on the ground to look at the anomalies. And we're creating a total package that will analyze the airborne, the ground surveys with some soil sampling in order to start our drilling campaign. We do not have an active drilling campaign at the moment, so we're preparing the data in order to drill.
Okay, so going into the last quarter of this year, what can investors look forward to? Are you guys going to start rolling out some news on these drill programs? What can we kind of expect, and what's getting you excited for the last quarter?
Yeah, I mean, with Canada, the season can go throughout the winter. Red Lake District is very strong infrastructure, so there is an ability for us to potentially get some drill targets going. But really, we want to complete our ground survey studies and tell the market of our findings. Again, we have a couple grassroots projects, which are very new and exciting. And then we have some other projects, near Great Bear for one of our RLX properties, which there's some historic work. And we may get lucky in the sense that we do have neighbors that are doing exploration programs. So with their data coming into the market, we may factor that into our data. So really, it's a data search right now, and a report due towards the end of year on all our findings.
Well, I really appreciate your time here, Daniel. I think that gives us a good little overview. And in the next one, maybe we'll deep dive more into some of these properties and some further team experience with who you guys have on board there. But I really appreciate it, Daniel. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. Great having.
Stay cool, stay awesome, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next one.